Whew, it feels like it's been a while since we've been live, man.
It
But
has.
it is a Taco Tuesday. I know you're not getting to enjoy them tacos right now, but hey, hats off to you. You're sticking to the goals, and I'm pretty sure we'll have room down the line for some tacos, right, Harv?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's always room for tacos, man.
There's always room for tacos. Not we're not talking about a former first round name taco, right? We're talking about real, tacos, right? So that's exactly what we're getting into. But I mean, it was a lot to process, right? Because I mean, I think we had building up the anticipation for the Dallas Cowboys. The draft was a huge thing, and it was a lot to process. However, I think finally we get to see and we've gotten to hear from all the coaches, including Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and we've also heard the specialty coaches from the defensive line coach, linebacker coach. I mean, we've gotten to hear from pretty much the who's of who's in the coaching world, and we gotten to hear some Cowboys content creators. And I just think it's time to kind of let's start breaking this thing apart. I know though, come this Thursday, we got the schedule release, right? So that's something that we're paying attention. I think right now, however, I think we do have, I think we do have at least a outline, right, of
Yeah.
the home and away games. So we'll go through that real quick, and then we'll jump into the Mazi Smith. So right now, as we speak, the home games for the Dallas Cowboys in 2023 are going to be the Los Angeles Rams, Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, of course, New York Giants, of course, Washington Commanders, of course, Detroit Lions. An old foe, right? An old Thanksgiving nemesis. I don't. I hope I said the word right. But away games are Arizona Cardinals, Buffalo Bills, Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Chargers, Miami Dolphins, and those pesky San Francisco 49ers. Of course, they, we still got to face the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders away. But I mean, that right now, that is a for sure right now. Overall, what do you think? What are you anticipating about this? This schedule release that's going to come.
I don't know. I think it's the according to I don't remember where I read it. It's the third hardest schedule in the NFL, and I want to say it's behind the Eagles and the Patriots. Um, so I don't know, man. This is gonna be a tough schedule. Um, man, it's hard to say, Jerry. Man, like I don't even know. The Cardinals, I don't know. It's kind of an iffy one. But the way the Commanders drafted, the way the Giants drafted, the way the Eagles drafted, it's just going to be a tough division by itself. And now you're putting the Seattle Seahawks, which they played pretty good last year, and now they picked up all those players, JSN, they got Charbonnet, they got McIntosh, they got a lot of good players. And then you have New England. New England's always New England. They're always going to play hard. Then you got the Jets. You say pesky, man. The pesky Aaron Rodgers. I thought we left that dude. And then now he shows up because he's with the Jets now, man. I'm just like, when are we ever going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers, man? And that's because he went to the AFC.
I mean, there's so many thoughts just to go off your little bit of context there.
But to me, I don't know how the schedule is going to play out. But if you just look at it, man, we're playing Miami, the Jets, the Patriots, the Buffalo. That's a tough division. And then you got the Detroit Lions are coming up that played very good at the end. I think they won 8 in a row or something like that, or 8 of 9 or something like that. And I don't know, man. I think this is a tough schedule. This is going to be tough, man.
Well, let's break it down. Look, Aaliyah's already on with us. Woo! She goes, Cowboys have the third toughest schedule in the NFL. Just so you guys know, right? A little bit of backlash. Ultra Cowboy says 9-8. Wow.
Hey, I'm not lying. I mean, he could be right. It's going to be tough.
You're talking about two 12-5 seasons, are? Back to
yeah.
back?
Yeah. It's gonna be tough, man.
I
Because
mean, is 9-8 a failed season though?
no, I don't think so.
You're above 500.
No, this not going to be a failed season because I think it's going to be a bloodbath in the East, and I'm talking about both AFC and NFC.
I think you're right on that one. Aaliyah says, "Got to beat them, the best of the best. If you're scared now, I don't know what to tell you. What to say. Laugh out loud." Ultra Cowboy said, "Facts, Aaliyah, for sure."
You know what they say: iron sharpens iron, man.
And that is a true statement, man. Coachy says, "Ain't seen you guys in a while. I wonder." No, it was a lot to process, man. We definitely had to get a lot of things situated personally, and of course we had to assess every prospect, man. I mean, that's not number one. We were expecting a tight end in the first round. Well, we got him in the second, right? we'll talk about him later. But right now, I think that it's definitely time to get back into the grind. Of course, we miss you guys. I hope you guys miss us too. And Hoover Ranch says, "Man, I called Deuce Vaughn. I don't know if you remember that, but I've been watching to catch you guys live." Hoover Ranch, you know what? I remember you calling that. I remember you saying that was your
Yep.
running back prospect. Hey, can't wait to see it. Louise says, "I see 12-4. Damn, I love that, man."
Okay.
I mean, you never know, right, Harvey? I mean, right now they've simplified the offense. I think that the wide receivers and the quarterback are not going to have to second guess the route. Hey, if it's there, pass it. If it's not there, throw it away. You know what I mean? Or take the sack. One of the two. Crash says 11-5. All with that. I can't say your username. They said yes. Coachy says yeah, but can't pay any attention to what teams did last year. Ooh, it's a good statement. And we're gonna have more and more to come. I hope that you guys catch us on the East West football, right? Because we talk all NFL on there. But definitely, that is what we are all waiting for. But for right now, we know the facts are for home and away games for the Cowboys. And we them boys cut. That's from a Pat Smooth 2.0. I hope you're from the 956 cut. 9-8. Mike McCarthy fired. Laugh out loud. That's with all with that stuff, right? I'll just put it at that because I can't say your username. Really wanted to see Ferguson. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of Ferguson. I feel there's going to be a breakout this year for Ferguson.
Yeah, for sure.
Michael Gemini says, Dallas Cowboys fan for live. Let's go. Round of
Let's
applause.
go.
Hey, make sure you guys join the live on YouTube. Link is in the bio for those on TikTok. Cowboys fan here. Anyone else pretty sure will never win another Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't know about that, Jimbo. I mean, yeah, the one thing that we all got to realize is that every year it's a Dallas Cowboy year. So that's the one thing that I have faith in. It's almost like the same thing, death in Texas, right, Harv?
That's it, man. That's it.
Cowboys every year. And Koji says we play in the NFC East, we play the NFC West and AFC East plus Lions and Panthers. That's a mouthful.
It is, man. He's right. It's gonna be crazy.
And the one person that said they want to see Jake Ferguson, they meant as a tight end one. Okay, I get you. I really do think he's gonna fill in that void. I mean, the whole entire offseason, what have we seen, Harv, of Jake Ferguson? Who's he hanging out with all offseason?
He's hanging out with Dak, Peyton, Hendershot. They're all hanging out together, man.
At the Dallas Stars game,
Drinking beer.
Drinking beer. That was crazy, right? He looked like Travis Kelce shotgunning that beer.
He
wow. He looks identical to him. Not with Dak as our quarterback or Jerry Jones as an owner. Well, at this point, you gotta love it or hate it, right? And I guess you're on that side, Jimbo. Coach, he says, I hope we finish above 500. I think there's a real possibility. NFC's still wide open, but yes, these teams have gotten a little bit stronger.
I want to go a little bit into what Jerry put out. Everybody obviously is going to talk about all the picks right away. We kind of did our little, what we thought, but we kind of left it alone because to me, it was one of those drafts that everybody was really confused about. Guys, we were all kind of confused on the draft.
For sure.
So we sat back and we said, hey, let everybody do their thing, kind of evaluate it, what we picked. But I think if you look at the landscape of the draft and then you look at the landscape of the undrafted free agents, you got to be pretty happy. And you kind of realize like where the Cowboys are going with this. And I think that's why we have like the pick by pick special edition to break down like I think a lot of these players are going to mesh with each other if you look at it. Not only that, but if you look at, we'll talk about the undrafted guys too. We're going to bring this all together. I think there's going to be some fierce competition at wide receiver. Obviously, maybe not the first three, but after that, I think the Cowboys brought in some guys that they're going to be like, hey, man, we're not going through this what we did in the last year. And I think it's going to be a fierce competition. I don't think 4, 5, and 6, maybe 7 is up for grabs, no matter if you play last year or not. So we got to get into it, man.
And the other thing that people forget is the Cowboys had an amazing offseason before the draft. I mean, they were able to fill their needs with actual like impact players, right, Harv?
Yep.
They went into this draft where they could pick luxury picks at this point, right?
Yep.
BPA, so to say. So Rev says, I haven't seen the schedule yet. Walk me through. So Rev, I know you weren't there at the beginning, but the home games are of course, the NFC East teams, and then you got the Rams, the Seahawks, the Patriots, the Jets, the Lions. So, and then of course you got the Commanders, Giants, and the Eagles, right? So we got the Lions, the Jets, the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the Rams. Now, I do want to say, you know how they say keeping up with the Joneses? Well, I guess in this case, the Cowboys are the Joneses because of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. So, yeah, every team had to keep up with the Joneses and have spectacular off seasons plus great draft classes, and they did. And then for the road games, Rev, you got the Cardinals, the Bills, the Panthers, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the 49ers. Of course, one game with the Eagles, one game with the Giants, and one with the Commanders. So that is what we have in place. Now, the actual schedule itself won't be released, I believe, till Thursday, but we'll start seeing those leaks coming in through shortly these days. Aaliyah says, I am ready for the challenge. I believe in the boys. Man, I love it. That's how every Cowboy Nation said. Regardless if you have a little bit of doubt, get the doubt out of the way and let's just roll with it, right? I've seen a lot of fans say 13-4. Damn.
Ooh.
Next time you see that, make sure you share the tweet on the Discord. Ultra Cowboy says, besides Roquan Smith, name the last great Georgia defensive player, and we were supposed to be worried about the 3 sacks, Carter and Nolan Smith. Boom, 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 boom. That's like a little bit of shout out.
Oh,
that's a little shout.
I like it, Ultra Cowboy.
I like it too, man. That's one way to keep them hush, man. Now I'll tell you this: we let the Eagles, content creators, the Eagles fan base, have their glory, right? Because now they're the Philly Dogs. They don't even have an identity anymore. They're just, gosh, what a draft, man. The first round was crazy as hell. But damn, look, that puts into perspective what you really want to see out of I think a great indicator for a player in the NFL, unless you have an outstanding development team on your coaching staff, is what you see is what you get in from college to the pros. And I think that there is some truth to what Ultra Cowboy is saying here. I'm not saying that they can't get to that level, but they definitely surrounded the pieces that they drafted a year ago with the same pieces that were literally working hand in hand together to make a chaotic defensive line there in Georgia. And I'm talking about Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Nolan Smith. They all were teammates at one point. So we'll see if that can put them together. Aaliyah's laughing at you, Ultra Cowboy. I heard Cowboys, not at you, but with you. I heard Cowboys are going to use Turpin and Tolbert a lot more. I have seen the pictures. I told you about how big Jalen Tolbert looks, and man, there's a side-by-side of him sitting with Michael Gallup, and damn, he makes Michael Gallup look like a little skinny guy, man. Like Tolbert he's a specimen, man. Can you imagine that they found a way to put Turpin in the field? Fernando, I like
Fernando
the schedule. No debating on what home games to go see.
Let's go.
That should be always the thing. Ferguson is not better than Schoonmaker, right? Or Schoonmaker, whatever you want to call him. There's a reason they want tight end in the second round. That, and he's probably like, I don't know what, 25. He's older than Jake Ferguson.
Older than Jake Ferguson, yeah.
Like 5 years in high school. You play 5 years in college.
I would hope he would start over Ferguson.
I would hope so, man. You know what I mean? How do you expect that, one Ferguson hurdle, and they believe he is elite. Hey, I believe he's elite. He did it multiple times. It wasn't just one hurdle. I mean, not only that, but his little step back drop that he has. Ultra Cowboy, they got another tight end because they lost Dalton. You know what?
They did.
I think we went in
I
there.
think I
No
think the
need.
Co- I think the Cowboys were going to pick either Emmanuel Forbes or Dalton Kincaid. I think that was their list. And then it was Mazi Smith and the tackle from Syracuse. I think that's how it went. But he didn't fall. So
Scorpio's giving a little shout out to his I guess I don't know. I guess that's a little hangout where he's at. Tacos and Tuesdays Festival presented by Miller Lite. On
at 18th.
Saturday, May 13th from 2 to 7 p.m. He goes head to Miller Lite House at AT&T Stadium. There you go, guys.
Oh,
You guys want to join
cool.
the party? Coach, he says, this is the only life that every comment is hate, my boys. Cowboys. It's true, man. We get a lot. What's
We
up,
do.
Dwight?
Dwight.
Luke Schoonmaker is the best tight end in our roster. Damn, man. You're already jumping on that bandwagon already? Hold on a minute, man. I mean,
Where's Kevin White at, man? Then it'll make it a
I,
complete.
I want to hear, right? Because everybody was all sold on Dante Kincaid and Michael Mayer and
Well, guess what? We'll have a first-hand look on Dalton Kincaid, won't we?
we will the Buffalo Bills. But the thing is, I feel like for whatever reason, the Bills, they just don't know how to use running backs and they don't know how to use tight ends.
Because they air the ball way too much on the outside.
I'm just saying, not only that, but there's no running game going on because obviously you got you obviously have Josh Allen as a running back / quarterback. Todd Corey says Dallas is going to be running a lot of two tight end sets as well. So the more time, the better. Now, this is something that me and Harvey had been talking about during our brainstorming week last week. We were saying, we might be one of them teams in the NFL that actually has the most two tight end packages, right, which allows the running game to move a little bit smoother.
Yep.
Aaliyah says, wasn't even mad at the draft. I was caught off guard on every pick, though. Laughing out loud. I think a lot of us were.
A lot of us were.
Mati will be better than Jalen Carter. Save the receipt, my boy. Rev, so the schedule isn't out. No, not till Thursday. But what I read out, that's what we know for sure. Why was I so confused on why the DC fans are upset? Get role players that going to stick to their assignments. Fernando. That is exactly what we're going to get into. We're going to talk about Motzi real quick. We're going to talk about I'm going to go through a scouting report, and I want you guys to see more or less get an idea of what some people felt about Motzi during the whole pregame process. Motzi won't be a role player by week 12. That's what Ultra Cowboy is saying. Rev Kramer says Motzi starting because it's TUH. It's if you Rev, you really want to get into that next level. Mike Parsons, best player in the NFL. I don't like how he's shouting out Philly or wearing Philly jerseys, but it's okay.
I'm not. I don't really care. I don't care.
Oh, this is get into trouble. I almost drank a certain beer when the bells moved up for King.
Oh my god.
Jordan Davis was on a milk carton for missing persons. Damn, Ultra Cowboy taking it to you're really taking it to Eagles fans, aren't you? People need to give Tolbert a break. Sometimes the pressure in the NFL is a lot to handle, like for real, mentally, especially when playing for the Cowboys. That starting the helmet, man, it makes things bigger. Monty's a starter with Osa. Sometimes both Monty and Hankins will be there in short yardage situations. I think that's how they're going to plan on playing it. Ferguson is a serviceable tight end by Ultra Cowboy. Nothing more, nothing less. I prefer Hendershot over Ferguson. I think it's kind of like that right now. It's kind of split. They both have a lot of swag, man. Both them boys have a lot of swag. Not even mad the Bills got tight end. We wanted only because I'm happy for Stephon Diggs. He gets more help. I mean, he basically was probably one of the best catching prospects, right?
Yep.
I hope Tolbert proves me wrong, but I still believe he is. Ultra Cowboys don't be like that. Cowboys had Laporta as their top-ranked tight end. The war room was not phased when the Bills traded up for Kincaid. It was between Mati and Berger Ron from the tight end or the tackle from Syracuse. and who they wanted at 26. We saw that was
Yep.
crazy debate, and it's good to see that they really trust Will McClay. Ultra Cowboy, you are so negative. Like, are you okay, bro? What's up, Adam?
What up, Adam? I haven't heard that.
Cowboys just killing it this offseason. 40 burgers all day, baby.
40 burgers. I got to get that shirt done.
Ultra Cowboy laughing out loud.
No, so we'll start getting into it a little bit. But look, guys, we sat back and we looked at all the players that we got. And I told Jerry this. I think Vialami, I don't even know how to say his name right. Fujoko and Mazi Smith. Remember, we talked about this pre-draft. We said, what if we got Saki and Mazi? So, guys, I think we got our Saki in Fujoko. Honestly, I think these guys are paired together. If you think about it, this guy's not going to play edge. And if you pay attention to what they said and the Cowboys liked, when they talk about Fujoko, what do they talk about? Knockback power. So eventually, maybe not now, they're thinking ahead. They're thinking way down the road. Not this year, but the next year, when Fujoko gains about 25 to 30 pounds and he's in that 305 range, because I think he's what, 275, I think?
I believe so.
So you got to think, imagine him 1 year under his belt and you have Mazi and Fujoko right next to each other. Like what? Like that is the plan. And I hate to say this in the beginning, but it's true. Like they're really thinking this through. And I sat back and I did my homework and I thought about all of this because I just didn't want to come out and say things. But they have a plan. Like this is a plan. It's not just for now. It's for the future. So I think it's going to be crazy, man.
Well, let's talk about it, right? I got a scouting report here about Mazi. So just a couple of things just so we can kind of understand the prospect, right? Because we've already seen all the highlights, we've heard all the great stuff, but let's just kind of see what some people were thinking before he even like. I mean, he had an elite Raw score, right, Harvey? I mean, we're looking at that thing live on the air with Rev. Well, it was the next day, but we looked up Mazi's during that one live that we did with Rev during the draft. Overview: the top player on Bruce Philman's freak list heading into the 2022 season, that's Mazi Smith, was recognized for a stunning 44-inch vertical, 6.95 second three-cone time. His play on the field doesn't always match the testing, but he was reliable starting for the Wolverines in 2021, 2022, the first team All Big Ten selection and winner of Michigan's Defensive Player of the Year. Honors were may lack the high-end pass rushing tools to land in the first round, but it would be a surprise if he makes it out of day 2. So this is something that we talked about before, because remember we were looking at the 30 visit that the Dallas Cowboys had, and we said, who's this Mazi Smith character, right? I mean,
Yep.
why would they bring him in? I mean, we paid attention to the whole entire thing. So, if you guys like just football content, or you guys even like to just bash the Cowboys, or if you're a true Cowboy fan, this is where you got to come. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely, you found home here. But this is something that we talked about it before the draft even came in. We actually did a whole special on Mazi, and these were kind of like a consensus right here. Harv, what was the one thing, right? Because it said right here, if you look at it, it says here that the player of the year honors may lack the high-end pass rushing tools to land in the first round. What was it that Dan Quinn said about Mazi that could fix his pass rush? So there's just something that needed to be tweaked.
So the thing for me was, I think the biggest thing that what they saw was how Mazi played in Michigan.
You're talking about the stance, right?
Yeah, the stance, the square stance. I don't think it was I think it was what he was asked to do. It wasn't so much that he doesn't have pass rush moves. It's just the way he had to play. That's just, he had to be unselfish pretty much. That's what they did with him. And they wanted him to stop the run. I mean, that's basically what he was asked of. And he did that. So I think he has pass rush moves but I don't think he used him as much as they wanted him to use it at Michigan. Um, but if you look at some of the film, and when it's a passing down, man, this guy he's getting past people really fast. So I think that has a lot to do with his. I'm not concerned about it, and neither is Dan Quinn.
Well, let's go to his strengths, right? Because it says here moves like a much lighter man, and his measurements are going to wow NFL scouts. Excellent anchor and pad level to stall out the run. Hands it like a baseball bat. Can take double teams without giving up ground. Efficient with his swim move and hand swipes. Unique power and play strength, which is something that we did see on tape, right? Which was he's always in the backfield, number one, and then of course his violent hands, right, Harp? I mean, if anything, I mean these are some strengths that I mean, did anybody point out any of Cowboys' interior defensive linemen being able to have all these measurables or technique wise?
No, no.
I like how it goes into a little bit in depth. It says promising first step gets him out of his stance effectively. Easy knee bend and flexibility in his lower body helps him sink into leverage. Hits like a Mack truck as a tackler. Unafraid to do dirty work as a space eater. Weaknesses. Before we get into the weaknesses, what do you think about that first stance, that first what is it? His get off on out of his stance. We've seen that out of Fahuku, right? That has
Yep.
been a point of emphasis for Fahuku and Mati. I'm not saying that the Cowboys have a lack of the first step, but I think it's more in the interior, right?
Yeah, I think, and nothing against the ones we have now, but I don't think they could get that initial push from the beginning. We had a hard time with that, and I think that hurt us a lot in the run game. And I think now you have a player that is not going to get knocked back. He's going to knock you back in the backfield. So I think that plays a big role into it too. But um, I mean, look at his pass rush skill set. It's predicted on the power and driving blockers back into the lap of the quarterback. That's his job, is to bulldoze them into the quarterback so they don't step up and throw the ball. That's his responsibility.
It is. And I think if anything, like you said, what happens when we see the interior? I mean, obviously we have the outside, right? Which is not a problem, right? Gain the pass rush from the outside. But if you can kind of, if you could just push everything on the middle,
Yep.
who does that open? That opens up things for Damone Clark, LVE. I mean,
Yep.
if you have Micah, I don't know. Right now, Micah apparently is trying to put on 30 pounds of weight because you think he's going to move to defensive end.
And you know what? And I go back to this, right? And you got to think about I keep saying the landscape. If we don't help Micah Parsons, he's not going to last long in this league. And I think we've said that about his body. And that's why he's trying to put on that muscle and get a little bit bigger and stronger, right?
Correct.
So you basically taking these two eventual defensive tackle from Fujoko, but Mati beginning stages and Fujoko you little work in. That's what you're doing. These guys are not going to be able to double and triple team Micah. They're not going to be able to do it. You can if you want, but are you going to single up Mati and maybe Fujoko when he gets better? I don't think you can do it. You're not going to be able to do it.
If you double team anybody other than Micah, it's going to be a long day for your offense.
So I think that's the plan, man. And I wanted to say something real quick about Ultra Cowboy. And I don't think it was something earlier he said on top, but I don't think he's being negative. He said he doesn't like Ferguson and Tolbert, right? So this is my thing. The Tolbert thing. I don't know. We don't know. There's a lot of things going on about Tolbert because I want to kind of hash it out. And I don't think he's being too negative. Because Elias like saying he's being negative. I kind of understand where he's coming from. But if you look at what the Cowboys did, again, understanding the whole concept, they drafted a tight end, right? They brought in another tight end from Tennessee. Fant. He's no slouch. Look at his film. He's versatile. He plays tight end, he blocks, and he plays fullback. Right? And then you got Maureen Cropper. the receiver, and these other receivers that they brought in, these guys are not slouches either, man. They brought players in to compete. And if you felt the pressure last year from Tolbert and Turpin and Ferguson, whatever, you're going to feel the pressure this year because these players are actually pretty good players. And you know the way the Cowboys develop players, it's going to be a competition. So I get where Ultra Cowboys coming from. Where maybe he doesn't like them, but maybe the Cowboys feel like they're okay. Let's make it a competition and may the best man win. I think that's where they're coming from.
I mean, you gotta look at it on both ends of the spectrum. I think on any case, but great points altogether. Ultra Cowboy did say Kincaid was the Bills' target.
Yep.
Like Forbes was ours too, right? So Kincaid and Forbes, yes, we did notice that. There was a report out there that the one player the Cowboys were going to draft, were planning to draft at 26 was Emmanuel Forbes, but he was gone before then. Aaliyah did say, "Do you need a hug, Ultra Cowboy? You need to relax on this negativity." I guess that's where, and she was agreeing to what you were saying before that, but we kind of went into a little bit longer. Not high on Ferguson or Tolbert. That's where Ultra Cowboy was saying. Fajuco lives in the offensive backfield. That he does, man.
He
It's
does.
very impressive. He has what nine sacks back to back seasons.
Yep.
And
Yep.
people keep on forgetting about Sam Williams. I don't think they're gonna forget about him very long, man. I think if anything with Sam Williams, if Micah does stay at your true edge rusher, I think Sam Williams can be your best D-Law replacement of anything. So he's gonna give you everything that you need. In the NBA, some rookies don't become good until the fifth year, and Ultra Cowboy relax on the athletes, man. I like how she's so like athlete oriented. Matzi won't be moved by one guy. Dude is strong. He really is
Yeah.
strong.
He is.
Freakishly strong. The plan unknown to the media and fans was to put a bow on the defensive personnel. Getting Matzi over Sean Fahuku and Scott was the finishing touch.
I agree, man. And that's well said. I think that's why I wanted to sit back and figure out what's going on instead of just kind of making assumptions. Like, I think they really understood what they were trying to do, man.
But I will tell you this: if you're not following us on any social media, that's your fault. Right? Shame on me. No, it's on you. Shame on me twice, right? No, that's still on you. Shame on me three. No, all three of them are on you. But we've been putting it on to some great edits, and it's actually the actual defensive line coach, the linebacker coaches talking specifically about the plan, which is something that I love to hear. Is that this coaching staff has a plan for every player that's on this team right now, including the ones that got drafted. So if you're not, go follow us on TikTok, go follow us on and whatever social media you like. Instagram, go for it. Facebook, go for it. YouTube, go for it. We're everywhere. You guys need to get on. You guys need to catch up, and of course, subscribe to the YouTube. We are on the road to 1,000. Ultra Cowboy. I never thought that the Cowboys would go defense tackle in round one. How time has changed.
Yeah,
Man, but
definitely.
you could
Definitely.
you could tell Will McClay has a little bit more say than what we thought, because he was there fighting on for who's it, Matt Bergeron or whatever,
Yep.
the offensive tackle that's going to play guard. You know what I mean? I think if anything, all these players that the Cowboys are talking about pre-draft, they weren't known names across the board, but damn, they all went early before the Cowboys, right? Right, Harv?
Yep. For
But
sure.
the last time the Cowboys drafted a rookie defensive tackle was in 1992. Russell Maryland. He had a pretty good career with the Cowboys.
He
Two
did.
Super Bowls later. Let that sink in. Monty is stronger and more athletic than Jonathan Allen, Deron Plain, and Dexter Lawrence. We hit on Monty. It's a wrap.
It is, man.
Man, you know what? Some people have been counting out the Cowboys front office, especially, of recent. We've seen some draft grades, and I see CBS analyst has the Cowboys in dead last in the draft class.
It's
So
okay.
we'll
It's
talk
all
about
good.
find us on East West, and we're going to be talking about that. But people forget the madman is Will McClay. Cowboys will have a lean Legion of Boom type defense next year. I think that's where they're kind of headed towards. And owning works for what is it? Owning works for PFF, and he was a big fan of Matzi way before the draft. Read his work, and you will see that Matzi was asked to do and what he is capable of. Oh yeah, not only that, and then Ultra Cowboy says facts, DJD. Not only that, but we did see, right. If you I don't know, a lot of I don't know who does it, but who watches ESPN when they're watching the draft. I just wanted to see a round of applause or a thumbs up for that one. Thumbs down for NFL Network. But anyways, on NFL Network, we saw Steve Mariucci, and he was talking about what the Cowboys should do at 26. And he says, I think they should go Mazi Smith, defense tackle out of Michigan. He called that into existence, man, before the draft.
Look, this is how I put it, man. Matzi, and I'm telling you, I'm linking Fehoko with him. They both have the box to be potential great players. Dan Quinn has the key. And to me, this is a telltale sign because if they draft Fehoko and Mazi Smith, right, and I keep linking, I'm gonna link these guys together. I'm telling you, there's no way Dan Quinn is leaving next year. If this much thought process is getting into it, there's no way Dan Quinn leaves this team. I'm telling you.
So we have a Waldo, right? Where's Waldo?
Yep.
On TikTok. Go Birds. Come on, man. Do it with a little bit more animal, man. A little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Capitalize the thing. Put some freaking ego emojis on that thing. He just put Go Birds, like, you know what I mean? At least put an exclamation point, something
It's
on
all
it.
good. It's all good.
He says Bird Gang. Oh no, another gang. Here we go. Gang, you know, what is it? 49ers or who wants it? 49ers or Eagles, you guys can keep it. But we all know what happens to gangs, man. Eventually they get beat up too, man. Both gets beat up. Eagles own the NFC. Harv.
We'll see, man.
We'll see. 2023 was a different. The 2022 was definitely a season for the Eagles, but 2023 is a new season. And new coaching staff, new players. Can they mesh fast enough? We'll see, man. I think the Cowboys were the one team, I think, in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Chat, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Cowboys were the top team in the NFL who brought back the entirety of their team from 2022. I believe
Yep.
that's the metric right now. So look at that. Aaliyah says, I believe it's negativity when people talk about Tolbert. I don't think you've heard what I've heard. I feel bad for Tolbert. I've seen the reports that she's referring to. Akoi
Yeah.
Media. You know what? I enjoy Akoi Media's content creation. I like him. He's a Cowboys content creator. If you like it, check him out. Make sure you subscribe. Of course, doesn't take that much to subscribe. Turn on the notifications. I understand that's a different thing. Maybe when there's a time and a place for that, you're gonna do that. But he was high on Mazi Smith. That's always good to hear that. DQ is great defense quarter, but an average head coach needs to stay as DC by Ultra Cowboy. I don't know, man. You gotta this guy's learned, man. He was a young I think if anything, when we look back, he's 51, man. So he was what 45?
Yeah. He was young.
His first chance around as a head coach. I heard some analysts and non-Cowboy fan that they say the Cowboys could be better than the Eagles. They believe the Eagles are sleepers to watch.
The Cowboys.
Oh, the Cowboys are sleepers to watch. I don't even think they're sleepers. I think they're they are ahead of the curve right now. Daily reminder, my middle finger.
Oh my goodness.
There's only one Eagles championship ring that you guys have. Bosque onda Jose País. I can't say that word, man. I don't know. I can say it. Bosque Pel,
Jose.
Man, Unk. I don't feel bad for the millions. There's no crying in football. Ultra Cowboy. According to Ultra Cowboy Millionaires, don't have feelings. Waldo, what have the Birds done in 28 years but one show? Okay, that's on TikTok. Let's get back to Mazi real quick, man, and then we can kind of refine everything because we got to get to the weakness. We said all the good stuff, right? The weakness, below average and hand quickness can lead to getting tied up at times in pass rush. Poor lateral mover who can create angles. Poor lateral mover who can't create angles. Energy fades as game progresses, often a tic-tac late to identify the ball carrier. Lapses with technique and body control leave a lot of meat on the bone in all phases. Doesn't know what to do with his hands in his initial pass rush. Highly touted athleticism and training doesn't always reveal itself. So this person, they saw the upside, but they said that this is the questions that he had coming into the pros. Harv, um, what is the one thing that we can kind of, I guess, rebuttal back at them with this statement with his weakness here?
To me, I keep going back and I go back to the Aaron Donald thing. I really thought he was one of the best players in that draft, and my brothers thought I was the craziest person in the world. And I said, "Listen, man, when a guy is throwing 300 and change pound offensive linemen across the line with one hand and moving them like rag dolls, you you can't teach that strength." And I think Mazi has that. I don't care about his arms. I don't care about all that. That can be fixed by Dan Quinn because he has actually longer arms than Aaron Donald does. But you got to understand when you put the film on and he moves these guys with like very little, like he doesn't take him a lot. That you cannot teach, man. I promise you. So the whole short box, he's laid on off the ball, all that stuff. It doesn't matter to me. He's late, I think, right? It says he's late on it doesn't bother me, man. That can be fixed by Dan Quinn. But the strength part and moving people, 300-pound people, yeah, I mean, basically putting them on the quarterback's lap, that you cannot teach.
And is it safe to say that regardless of how good Aiden Hutchinson was, he was no Michael Parsons? Let's just be
No,
honest.
no.
So I think if anything, his upside is definitely going to weigh in, and I think with Michael Parsons, they're going to be able to get home a little bit faster, quicker, and they're going to be able to stop this run once and for all. I think if anything, when we look with the first pick, even though some of us were relieved it wasn't a tight end, especially me included, but damn, I think with Matzi, you all you gotta do if you have any questions is put on the tape with Jalen Carter, Georgia versus Ohio
Ohio
State, and
State,
then
yep.
put Michigan versus Ohio State, and just look at look at Mati, man. Mati look like Mati look what they were talking about Jalen Carter is, and you saw Jalen Carter getting flushed out with Mati. He was literally like what Harvey says, moving people around, getting to the quarterback, and literally chasing down CJ Stroud, and just I mean not giving a time or day for CJ Stroud. So yeah, man, I think if anything, I think if anything, this is gonna be an exciting time for the Cowboys. I am seeing though on TikTok, it says here, I believe his name is Big Cat. No, was it Big Cat or Egg? Egg, which is kind of cool how you got that username. I don't want to know, but got that username. Why did the Cowboys reach on two back to back Michigan guys?
Maybe that's who they like. And I go back to the Jordan Love in Green Bay. Why did Green Bay come up and get Jordan Love? That didn't make no sense. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, man. If you like that guy and you go after him, you like him. It's just the way it is.
My
Like,
my response is a little bit easier, but go ahead, Harv.
I'm just saying, like, if you really believe in somebody and you like them, why not take them? That's just the way I look at it. You know what I mean? And not only that, but I think every one of these picks has a plan. So I'll leave it at that.
Hey, they do have a plan. Look at Saltbox. We haven't seen him
Saltbox, I haven't heard him in a while.
on TikTok. Hey, but look,
Saltbox.
he's talking some real football knowledge. All these guys are rookies. We don't know how good they will be in the NFL. And you're right. You got to give them 3 years. You know what I mean? 3 full seasons to become the player that they need to be in the NFL to be a true NFL player. But like what you were saying with we're rounding it off with Mati. I think with Mati, the the goal was to stop the run. But I love what you said at the very end. The coaching staff has a goal in place for every player. I mean, you can go back and watch the last edits that we've done. It's literally the defensive line coach talking to you about exactly what they're going to do with Fajoku. Today we did one on DeMarvion Overshown. They have a plan for him in place. So I think that is where it comes into it. So for you to call it a reach, a reach by whose standards? By your standards? Are you telling me that your scouting team is better than the Dallas Cowboys scouting team? Because I'll tell you this, for the most part, um, Will McClay has a great track record. If you want to hold the Taco Charlton over our head, hey, go be it. Fine, that's all good. But I mean, now you're talking about a win hit rate. I mean, and his win hit rate is outstanding. His team building ability is outstanding. And we're gonna definitely get into the Schoonmaker or Shoemaker or whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce it anymore. I'm so lost. Everybody always wants to correct me on his name. But when we break him down, we'll definitely have all the answers on that one too. But if anything, we got a seasoned vet, right? Over more than over a season. Let me see. Let me get caught up with
YouTube's on fire, man. These
it
guys,
is. Man. Give me a little break.
they act like we haven't been on in a while.
I know, and you know what? We could try to implement the phone, but you guys last too long. I'm just gonna hang up on you. That's how it works.
Who's gonna call? Who's gonna be the first caller, Jerry?
Let me see if I can put the phone.
Oh, we're gonna have a caller.
We're gonna try. We're gonna give this a try. We haven't tried this yet.
Oh. Who wants to talk? Who wants to be the first one?
I believe this is the number here.
Taco was a Rod Marinelli draft pick. Whoever said that, Marsnarg and Ultra Cowboy, he was, man. That was horrible. I wanted TJ Watt so bad. But so this is my thing. Like, if we want to talk about reaching, right? Like Gibbs was taken in the 12th pick of the first round. Like, that's crazy to me. I never thought that in a million years. I thought he was going to go after 15. So it goes to show, man, you like a player, you take him. Uh-oh. We got a phone number. Who's going to call it first?
Where are we at, though, on there? I saw something. Okay, Belichick from defensive coordinator was not success in his first head coaching job either, laughing out loud. Remember we were talking about that, about Dan Quinn?
Yep.
And Belichick has not won before or after Tom Brady. I believe Brady made Belichick. I don't think they made. I think they helped each other. How
Each
about
other out. I think so too. I
because
agree with
Brady
that.
was raw with his. I mean, with his passing, he was bad. You should see the coaching that they did with him in the offseason. Aaliyah says NFL players just play on what they're told to do, so they're doing something not well. It may be the way they were taught. It's a habit that will break once they get into the NFL.
Yep.
Yeah, great point there, Aaliyah.
Yep.
Agree, Ultra, but we won 10 or 11 games one season with the great Matt Castle as yeah. Wait, let me rephrase that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Oh,
Oh,
Damien.
Damien.
How do you feel about your loon Schoonmaker? Overshown and Donovan Wilson are going to lay the boom.
Yes.
But doesn't he kind of remind you of Overshown? Does he kind of remind you of Jabir Cox a little bit? I mean,
Stop. Jerry, don't do that, man. I hate it when you do that.
You know what about J-Ron Curse? Doesn't he remind you of J-Ron Curse? Overshown was a safety before. Anyways, so Aaliyah wants to rephrase it. She says college players just play on what they're told to do. So if they're doing something not well or something people don't like, it will be the way they were taught in college, and it's a habit they will break.
Yeah, I agree.
When they come into the NFL. Yeah, I agree with that. But the stunts that Quinn will show them, they don't do in college.
Nope.
And I think the Cowboys are the number one stunning team, right?
Yep. They're the number one stunners, baby.
Hot take, but if I were the Cowboys, I would look at the availability of Malik Willis from that Titans because of a lot of people are saying Titans are looking at trading him. Well, they did spend a very high draft pick on the new quarterback, but we'll see. I think that right now, I don't know, man. I think the Cowboys are good with the quarterbacks they have, Cooper and company. Let's see here. Overshown and Wilson. Okay, I read that one. Ultra Cowboy C. I kept telling people Overshown plays like Donovan Wilson. Media always says the Cowboys reach. What media? Oh, you're talking about
they always say that we reach players.
Mainstream media. Teams grab who they like, who they believe they want. They don't take players that the world wants. Let's not forget that. Laughing out loud. She's right. one trend that still is there for the Cowboys is that they cover the tight end that can block. That is Schoonmaker. Reed says this year is our year.
Yeah.
Every year is our year.
Every year's our year.
I'll tell you like it's a brand new thing, right? It's every year is our year. Overshown and Wilson are going to have people scared this season, but both trying to take your head off for sure on that one. Mati will help Micah, D-Law, Fowler, Williams, Armstrong, Chauncey Colston, also Sigurd. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on
For
and on.
sure.
Taco was on Mary Lanley. Yes, he was.
Yep.
Why don't y'all open up Discord? We're trying something, make it a podcast. We're trying to build the YouTube first. After we do the YouTube, then we're gonna start the whole shabam.
For sure.
The Cowboy Cast 682-777. So just so you guys know, that's the number you guys want to call. Don't be shy.
Call. Who's got a comment to say?
Hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Old Domanian kept saying, like, when are y'all gonna open up the calls? There you go, Domain.
Yeah, that's the number. Call right now. Let's see what's up. But just be careful with the language because you guys say bad, we're gonna hang up on you right now. I'm telling you right now. And I say it nicely. So only you two speak and someone can raise their hand.
No, we got the phones now. Call the number. Old Domain, you want to talk? He always wants to talk. That's the thing.
Yes.
Come on, Old Domain, call the number.
Mati wasn't a reach. He was third or second best defense tackle. Yeah. Actually, a lot of people actually had him high on their draft.
I mean, the Chiefs are trying to jump to get him.
And the Saints, too. Mati was the 14th rated player. He was. On the Cowboys list, that's what Jerry Jones said. Overshow reminds me of Cam Chancellor.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Know it all. I kind of miss Chidobe Awuzie. We should do a daily week show in Spanish. We have been talking about that.
We have been talking about that.
Damien, don't be mean to Jerry or Ha. And AR5 at Indy will make another Peyton Manning. Damn, that's your guy, A-Rob.
That's my guy, man. They need to give him a little bit of time. Don't push him into the melting pot, man. Give him some time. So no calls? Nobody. All of these people talking about I want to call in and all this, and nobody's calling.
It's all good, man. It's sometimes the stage fright is real. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes you get a little choked up and you know what you're gonna say, but then you like, but it's all good. But overall, that's it. How about we round out today and we just say, well, how about we give a first round personal grade. Personally, doesn't have to be anything analytic wise with the Dallas Cowboys, but just overall, how did you feel about the Cowboys' first pick with the 26th pick in the first round? How did you feel the Cowboys did?
I think considering the fact that it's been, I don't know how long, 30 years or something, that we've taken a defensive tackle in the first round. That's just not what the Cowboys do. That just lets you know that how serious this is, man. It really does. Like they're really putting everything they got to stop this run. And to me, for right now, for the type of player he is and where he's going with Dan Quinn, for me, it has to be an A, man. It has to be an A.
I love that, man. I mean, it makes me feel good, right? Joseph Batten, he's actually from Facebook. You can see on there. He says we needed a run stuffer. So that's
just my boy. What's up, Joseph?
Hey, and the Cowboys got that in Mazi Smith, man. If not, they got in Quentin Bohanna. If not, they have in Jonathan Hankins. But I think that if anything, Mazi definitely is gonna make sure that if anybody's tired, this guy can go. I'm still at work. You guys are killing me. My productivity. I love it, man. Don't sleep on land. Ooh, that's we haven't even got to the undrafted yet, man.
No, we haven't.
People are high on this edge rusher right here, Land.
Yep, I got it all set up, guys. We just got to go through all of them.
Considering the fact that we couldn't stop the run, I love this pick. You know what? That's all I want to hear. I want to hear you guys' thoughts real quick before I give mine. Did you hear about the rumors that Dallas wanted Emmanuel Forbes? Reed, we were just talking about that. That was actually
talking about that.
He was ahead of their board. That's their number one player that they were going first round. That was my guy. I will say that proudly, man. Justin says, "What up, Harv?
Hey, what's up?"
In the first, Reed said that in the first. So I guess that's it, man. Let me see.
What did he say? Face it, nobody wants to talk to you two Utes. He just said Utes.
Utes. Oh, poor guy. We've complained for years. Oh, this is by Mars Narg on TikTok says we've complained for years that we need a big body in the middle. Mati is it? Is it well said, man? Well said. And then happy Taco Tuesday, my fellas.
Black Mamba.
Oh, we miss you, man. You haven't been on. And she goes, of course, ladies. She got to
Yes.
make sure she gives the right shout out because Leah is with us. And then Joseph says, not gonna lie, I prayed Bijan would fall, but he wouldn't. But still really excited about the Motzi can possibly bring.
Yep.
I think if anything,
Black Mamba, I told you to send me your address on Discord. I sent you a message. I need your address so you can get your hat.
yeah, what's going on? You guys are taking forever on this. And then I think people are just shy to talk, laughing out loud. I think
no, because you know why? Old Dominion talk trash about y'all need to do a call-in line. Yeah, so we can call. And now he has the opportunity. He's gun shy, man.
It's all good. It happens to the best of us. Black Bubba, yes. But I will tell you this. Look, overall, when we look back at this pick, I actually love the pick because it wasn't a tight end that couldn't block, right? Like Dalton Kincaid. And I love the pick. And I love hearing how high the Cowboys front office was on Mazi Smith. It made me feel a ton better. And then afterwards, listening to both Dan Quinn and just listening to Dan Quinn and listening to Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy has it best the way he was just explaining. He was saying they went into the offseason with a clear plan, and that was to stop the run.
Yep.
And damn, they have done a great job with the offseason moves. So I think any pick that the Cowboys had in this draft class, I think it was all luxury because they fulfilled pretty much all their needs, man. What are you laughing at?
She said she wants to know how she can call watching that Dominion.
How can I call when I'm watching them at Dominion? She's right. She would have to stop, and then she's gonna have to hear herself. Damien says, I'm playing Apex. What? Who plays that game? I thought it was Call of Duty, man. What in the world? People don't want to put their foot in their mouth. You know, it does stay, you know what I mean?
Get nervous, man.
It does get nervous, man. Give me the opportunity to call in. I'm calling.
She didn't get the number.
Then do that. Leah. I heard the schedule's being delayed. No, Black Mamba, don't do that. Don't say that.
Put the number back on. What's the number? There it is. There you go, Black Mamba. There's a number. I think Coach Ice says on YouTube, hey, I love you too. Keep it up. Appreciate it, brother. Much love, man. Hey, it's mental. It's mental month this month. So take care of your mentals, everybody.
Yes, please.
So is she gonna call? Black Mamba, you calling?
No, don't say that, Black Mamba.
I heard it too. I heard it's being delayed too. Roger Goodell and the NFL are talking about it's being delayed for whatever reason.
We do have enough. Wait, let's see. Hold on, because this is gonna be our first time right here.
Roger Goodell and the NFL are talking about it's being delayed for whatever reason. We do have enough. Wait, let's see. Hold on, because this is gonna be our first time right here. Roger Goodell and the NFL are talking about it's being delayed for whatever reason.
I hear a little bit of a backdrop.
There's a backdrop.
That'll be our first time right here.
So who's calling? Who is it?
Black Mamba.
Talking about it's being delayed for whatever reason.
Answer the phone, my brother.
What's up, Black Mamba?
That'll be our first time right here. So who's calling? Who is it? Talking about it's being delayed for whatever reason.
Answer the phone, my brother.
What's up, Black Mamba?
Maybe try to lower down. Maybe try to lower down your volume.
Lower down your volume.
Just a little bit.
My brother.
What's up, Black Mamba? Maybe try to lower down.
What's up, my brother?
Maybe try to lower down your volume.
You got him on. You got to keep him on.
It's a remix, man.
It does sound like a remix. I'm gonna make a nice little remix to it.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Javi and Jerry? What y'all doing?
What's up, Black Mamba? Let's go.
The sucker work, man.
So this is my thing about Black Mamba, because I want her to say some things, right? Look, give a little bit about yourself. Why do you know so much about football, man? I mean, I know that, but I want people to know why. What's up?
About Black Mamba, because I want her to say some things, right? Look, give a little bit about yourself. Why do you know so much about football, man? I mean, I know that, but I want people to know why about Black Mamba.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm a family made of football. My brothers, my dad, everybody. I'm a diehard Dallas fan. I can't tell you what I do for a living because I might be monitoring somebody on our feed. So, that's all I do. It's football, all sports. To be honest with you, I'm a diehard Laker fan, diehard Yankee fan, North Carolina, but I'm from New York, born and raised. I'm a Dallas fan by heart. They get on my damn nerves, but I'm a Dallas fan.
That's cool, man. So, what question? You got any questions you want to ask us? What's on your mind?
I'm a Dallas fan.
I want her take on the entire offseason and the first round draft pick.
Ooh.
What question? You got any questions you want to ask us?
Well, my take on the first round pick, I like the first round pick. I didn't want a tight end. I thought that would have been the dumbest pick we could have done is pick a tight end. If we would have got Bijan, I still would have been mad because I really believe we did an offensive line. We needed that. We also need a center. I ain't gonna lie. We need a center because Zach Martin is going to retire. He's going to retire. The questions I have for you guys is this. How long y'all been Dallas fans and what made y'all start your own podcast?
Interesting.
How long y'all been Dallas fans?
I mean, I think I could start it off and I could let Harvey kind of finish it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So actually, me and Harvey were from the same hometown, right? And people don't know where it's at, right? The Rio Grande Valley. That's one of the places. But in junior high, me and Harvey would actually defend the Dallas Cowboys every offseason. And then after that, Harvey became a big old, high school celebrity because he was outstanding athlete. He was our franchise quarterback in basketball, you name it. And but anyways, long story short, I believe Harv is still active military. So round of applause to Harv. And then, of course, along the way, I had got into the podcasting with the East West football, and from there, I was just always like, I couldn't talk about my beloved Cowboys, and one day I was just like, man, I want to start my own Cowboys project. There's not many people out there that just give you the real truth, talk, on the same page, all this great stuff, and I reached out to Harv, man, and I'll let Harv finish off the story.
I didn't want to do it because when I get into something, I'm super dedicated and I'm not gonna back off on it. And I said, no, man, I don't know if I can do it. And he kind of tricked me into doing it. He made me be the host for East West, and I think I fell in love with it. And he said, hey, let's start a Cowboys Cast. And I said, let's do it, man. Let's do it. So we just jumped into it and we started it, and that's how it happened. But I've been a fan since the day I was born. I had a jersey the day I was born. My family is huge Cowboy fans. So since 1981, man, I've been a Cowboy fan pretty much.
And
so
kind of tricked me into doing it. And I think I fell in love with it. And he said, hey, let's start a Cowboys Cast.
I think there's an echo, but
let's do it. So we just jumped into it and we started it. That's how it happened.
We'll figure it out. It's our first one. But just to give, I guess to be real with you, yeah, I was born into a Cowboys family too. But I think really the conception of the Cowboys, it was 1989. That was when I really realized who the Dallas Cowboys were. But here we are all together, right? And that's it. How did you do it?
Man, I know you.
To be real with you, yeah, I was born to a Cowboys family too, but I think really the conception of the Cowboys, It was 1989. That was when I really realized who I was working.
But it's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think we all look. Some of us are late bloomers, but some of us been Cowboys fans for a long time. But other than that, man, I enjoy your podcast. To be honest with you, it's good to have some people who really know about football, not just about Cowboys. I think about football in general, because it's hard to have a group of people who really know about football and can have a decent conversation without getting upset about their team or somebody else's team. So I appreciate the podcast.
Nothing but love.
Thanks, Black Mamba.
Some of us been Cowboys fans for a long time. But other than that, man, I enjoy your podcast. To be honest with you, it's good to have some people who really know about.
We still have that backtrack, but that's it, man. Black Mama, we will chat it up with you later. Thank you for calling in. It's a test run, so just to let you know what we have more in store. And at the very end, you're gonna start seeing the phone number on, the little back corner, and then from there we'll be able to chat longer. Black Mama, we'll talk, we'll chop it up with you later. My bad. I'm hanging the things all over the place. But that was our first call ever. Black Mama, man. Round of applause to her.
Yeah. Black Mamba, baby.
Woo! We had been talking about this, right? We said, we want to be able to interact and going forward, we want you guys to say your 2 cents of whatever it is or whatever topic you want to talk about. Let us know while you're live on the air. But let us know as far as maybe what your thoughts are of when you look back at, maybe the subject that we're talking about or the news that's going around the Cowboys. We want to hear about it. What you think it is, right? Davis says, what he says? Davis says, what's going on? We did our first call. Black Mamba is trolling. I'm a football enthusiast. I relate so hard. Okay, what's going on? You guys are having your own conversation. I'm lost. I don't think Zach will retire. He said he could play for longer. Damn, Hob, you famous? I guess she was hearing me say.
Not really. But
well, you did play what?
I play
offense at the same time.
Yeah,
he was okay. He was the guy that would throw a pass to himself and score a touchdown.
No.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm giving him a hard time. I was a soccer player for 6 years until I retired of it. Then I switched to baseball player for 2 years. Then I became more intrigued with football. Then I just started scouting and my love for football. Oh, okay.
Awesome, dude. That's pretty cool, Demi.
You see, this is where we like to love this. Give me my.
I told her, Black Mamba, send me your address. I sent you a message on Discord.
Junior Diaz, with who we play first game.
What?
Is that
swag?
Is that swag?
Swag. You ain't. Swag, you ain't got the answers.
He's making you break your microphone.
He is, man.
G Castillo said, Black Mamba, you are a diehard Cowboys. You're awesome. Boom. Appreciate that, Gene. Gilbert's just laughing it up with the swag, man. Javi, I read an article, the schedule's being delayed. No, stop, Black Mamba. And she goes, I will. So she's gonna give her address. Hey, what do you think about the first stream, man? I mean, shoot, last week we had to digest everything, right? That was going through and all the Cowboys, hey, how the Eagles were going to the Super Bowl and gonna win for the next 5 years because they drafted the entire Georgia Bulldogs team. Like, damn, Hey, TikTok, we appreciate you. 3,100 likes, Harv.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you, TikTok.
Well, that's what makes you guys amazing. That sometimes we don't have to ask, and you guys just do it, man. Specifically, Coaches, thank you for the likes. Let me see. And Black Mama says she heard the Eagles, but I did hear that they were saying about the Giants. Remember how the Cowboys played the Giants? What was it, like 2 years back to back? No.
Yeah.
Was it 2 or 3? Man, I wish we had Kendall on for these kind of situations. For sure, I know it was 2 back-to-back years. Same situation. It was at Cowboy Stadium. It was annoying because that meant that the back end we were going to play the Eagles at the Giants. If the schedule's delayed, I'm going to be so mad. I think a lot of us will be so mad.
Yeah.
And Joseph Baton has a nice choice of words.
Nice words.
Nice choice of words. Anything on TikTok? Damn, you guys are still going crazy with it. Like 3,500 likes. I love it, man.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. I appreciate it, TikTok, man.
Oh, we really do appreciate it. But that's it for us, man. I mean, hey, I love the pick of Mazi Smith. Harv, you love it too.
Love it, man.
I love more that all the coaching staff has a plan specifically for all these young players and the players that they've acquired, and the plans of moving forward with certain players. It looks like Trey Diggs is going to be signed long term. It looks like CeeDee Lamb, they're going to try to keep him around. It looks like Micah's doing the right business decision to move to defensive end because obviously they get paid a little bit more than a linebacker are. Dan Quinn and Will McClay have so much power within the Cowboys organization. Laughing out loud. You're right on that. The Eagles are going nowhere. Let's go, Black Mamba. Patrick Mahomes played on one foot basically the entire Super Bowl. Yeah, I think he did. Look, we them boys by Swag. If we play the Giants again at home, I'm going to the game. I think that would be a good one. Ethan Cohen says Matthew McKay. Who is Matthew McKay? I thought his name was William McKay. That was a great pick. What pick are you talking about? There you go. TikTok. You guys are interested? Joining a Discord. The Cowboy Cast hashtag 3786. That's the Discord. You can join it. You'll find the likes of Black Mamba, myself, Harvey, several different O'Damian. I mean, everybody's on there pretty much, and we just chatting it up. Aaliyah's on there. The Eagles can't beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and then seeing Mahomes with a broken foot broke my heart. Matthew McKay is the rookie quarterback. Oh, my bad. Okay. Ethan, have you been on the stream before?
I don't think he has.
Welcome. So if you're a first timer here on our live and you comment, we give you a round of applause. Thank you for joining the stream. If you be so kind, hit the subscribe button. We're not going to hassle you for the notifications right now. The road is 1,000K, so help us get there. Of course, share the stream. We will try to go live again, I believe, Wednesday. And then, of course, keep up with the East West Football. There's a website, eastwestfootball.com. All the social medias are the Cowboy Cast.
So tomorrow is Schoonmaker round 2, baby.
Unless we get more of the leaks on the schedule, right?
Yeah.
We are the Daddy Eagle. I'm not ready to fight today.
Swag.
Man, Coachy's got us to 4,100 likes on TikTok.
Whoa,
man.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Love it, man. I love it. And think schedule is out this Thursday evening. Yes, Takori, but Black Mamba said that she saw or she read that they're trying to delay the schedule.
Yeah,
so
I read it too.
And we didn't. Harvey just is my fact checker. Appreciate the convo, Black Mamba.
That's awesome, man. I love Black Mamba, man. She's the best.
Did you see the tweet today? Which one?
Why would you do that, Aaliyah? What would you do?
Can't wait for football season. Swag, we're with you.
You ain't got the answer, Swag. You ain't got them.
Now the NFL is asking if Devontae Smith is better than CD. Oh, get out of here. That's garbage. We going undefeated by O'Damian. JD, me either. NFL is so messy and so wrong.
Why would they do that to us, man?
I think because they know that, just kind of like Jerry Jones, they're great salesmen. You know what I mean? He had us sold that OBJ was coming to the Cowboys. Hey, but that's it for us, TikTok. Hey, we enjoyed every minute of it. You were here for our first live. Mazi, we love the pick. We're gonna stop the run. Yeah, like who was it? Was it? Oh no, it wasn't O'Damian. It was your buddy Joseph. Philly. Have a good night, TikTok.
Be nice, TikTok.
Yeah, be nice, man. Anything else here?
What did O'Damian say? I have my notes. Is that what he said?
Yep, I have my notes. I guess of everything he's called. I guess he's taking notes.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. if we play stop playing Apex. Number one, that's messing with your mind. Okay, get on Call of Duty, right? Al Mazeroth, right? Junior Swag says if we play the Eagles first game, it's an easy game. Woo! I love the confidence. Have a great day today. The Eagles in the 4 years, we got you guys scared. That's what he's saying. I ain't gonna repeat that. Plus, it's just they want to make sure A-Rod's plays Green Bay. I'll tell you this: if you remember the last legend quarterback that the Cowboys played, what happened to him, Harv? His name was Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think he lost.
When he
Pretty
lost,
sure.
when he lost to the Cowboys, what happened to him?
He retired.
He retired. So can this be the year that we finally get that monkey off our back and retire a player? You know what I mean? Another one. Like I said, my address. That's it for us, YouTube. Hey, keep like I said, keep up with us with East West Football. Of course, definitely the Cowboy Cast. Like, subscribe, everything. Thank you all.